because it's a bit too much. But maybe 5 are increase more bananas. Definitely, increase more bananas. Okay? Increase more bananas because it's not like I can't eat them alone. But otherwise, guys, one, I want to stress one thing. The way they presented, right? Yes. It was good. Starting with the context, they made us understand. We are not in, I've never been to Corona. I only worked in movies and programs. Yeah. So, but I guess I didn't know that you have this kind of mind here. So I immediately knew that this area is a place. And if I didn't see any banana, I would cancel any project. But beautiful, thank you so much. We are really so happy. Give them really a very good hand. Thank you so much. That was a good presentation. What does the speech? It was really good. And it was systematic. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I believe we will be able to solve the questions. I really believe that.
I think when you practically do it, you will still see that
you can even add more.
You can add more. And you can start with less because you have the constant production. For the vegetables, half of the seeds you will be able to mark on you can reproduce it. So there is a big potential.
The cost of production is the cost to reduce plastic. Okay, so Congo all the way to Bujumbura. All the way to Bujumbura. To flow. All right, and we start. You have 10 minutes of presentation. Guys, quiet, 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 zero noise. Okay?
We were not in the group number 1, yes. The group number 2. And we'd like to thank you to give us this opportunity. And I'm Tony Fellow, and other 10 members are
Patrick,
so together we work on the design of farm field for 1 hectare, and we plan how this system can be productive and sustainable in our local areas. And it's planned to be located in Kabari, South Kivu, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the main objective of our homestead is to sustainably a family of 10 people, while also generating income. And we want the system to be to provide food, and at the same time to produce something that can be sold in the local market to improve the family's economic situation. And this concept is composed by different types of plants and they are organized in a way that can maximize the space and help to improve the soil fertility. And in addition, the system includes 5 goods. And that goods can provide organic fertilization, and they can also generate income through production. So, thank you. Another member is going to present our activities.
Good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to present the different plants we have in our system. First, we have crush crops, we have coffee. The spacing of coffee we have 4 meters by 5 meters. And the number of the plants coffee we have 430 for the coffee. Second, we have cassava. The meter we have 1 by 5 meters. And the number of the plants we have 1,328. Yes, for the fruit crops, we have banana. The space is 4 meters by 5, and the number we have 469. We have lemon tree, 10 by 10, mango. Mango. No space. We have the timber tree, Riveria 40.5, 12 is the number of the plants, bamboo. We have 12.85 meter, 1 fertility tree. We have meander. The spacing we have 2 by 5, 223. Titonia, 0.5 meter, 382. Nutrition and medicinal plants, we have moringa, spacing 2 meter by 5, 223 plants. We have sweet potato, we have chili, we have so, we have pumpkins, and so I give the floor with another colleague to continue to present as Stanley's shop.
Well, thank you very much.
5 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's continue from where we start. And Ellie has almost said it all. I will mainly demonstrate where the trees are. And we actually started and thought it's important for us to make sure that the land is protected. And that's why we have bamboo on some of the sites. And these you can see represents our bamboo on these 2 sides. And then we have Tithonia and the line of Napia on these other sides. In order for us to fence the land that we're cultivating. And so since it's big, actually 2 acres, we're actually working with timber trees because they have bigger canopies. We chose very, very big trees, and we separated them by 24.5 meters because we're also having other things in between. And those are followed by a line of fruit trees, and they're separated with a distance of 10 meters, a tree from another one. So we have different fruit trees like avocado trees, mango trees, and like oranges, lemon, and all that. And then so because we're trying to fit Emmanuel's family, which we are now part of, We have a line of cassava, because this family likes cassava very much, and if you're not giving us cassava, you're doing nothing. That's why we have a very, very good number of them, at a very good distance and very much repeated. And also we're having maize, represented as Ali showed, and our cassavas are separated by 1 meter, so that we can have other little plants coming in to protect and feed the soil. And then we're also having potatoes, sweet potatoes, and we're having beans, because that's a big deal to us. And we're also having some of the plants that help us stay healthy, including aloe vera, turmeric, and some of the other plants that we have.
2 minutes.
Yes, that'll be enough. But also we have a few walkways because we have to navigate around and go take care of our plants and see what's happening. And so we have on the borders, we have vertebra to protect because we don't want to kill our own plants. And we just have this side because they're separated by walkways. So we have the same kind of crops on the other side. So the same things you see here, we found it here again. We're trying to have as many as possible because we have such a big land, we have such a big family, and a good number of goats. So we're going to feed and get money to pay the school fees for the baby ones that we have. All right, so that will be okay for now. I think you've seen the numbers, and I'll let it to Manuel to explain the economics and how it works. Thank you.
1 minute.
Thank you for the floor you have given me. On economic aspect, I have to say only that in my region where I stay, really, firstly, we are unstable. So sometimes we miss jobs to work. Then there are many lands who are free, but because of, okay, I just mentioned it, the war can be destroying you, no people. But my land is free, it's a free land, okay? And it's not well managed. So I will just include agroforestry because that side we don't live monoculture. Then I thought if I convince my partner to help me, I can include this agroforestry regenerative system for me to be nourishing my children. So I will rely on maize first, on cassava and banana. These are really the food we need each day. And yes, and beans, yeah. We have beans. There is no way we can go without beans. So as it's a big land, it's an hectare. I thought we can have 5 lots, since Napier and Tithonia will nourishing them. Then if there is a small, maybe a baby from a goat, and sometimes I can sell it to solve our other duties, or maybe to have more, to diversify the food of and also around the land, there are many people who also might mimic what I'm doing to be another economic contribution to reduce the weakness of others. So thank you since my time.
What's the spacing from one tree line to the next? Tree line. From one tree line to the next, what's the spacing?
For the tall ones,
No. From one line to the next line.
10 meters.
10 meters. 10 meters. Okay.
Bye. 6 meters, 6 meters.
It was 4 by 5.
Yeah, it's in there.
10 meters. Okay.
Depending on what you
Questions?
You see, sometimes calculations are depend a bit on good luck. You see, when you say we have 1 acre, that is how much? 40 by 100 meters.
They have 1 hectare.
1 hectare, yeah. Now we are coming close. 1 hectare, because you were mentioning 1 acre. No, the thing is, you remember, when we have 10 meter spacing between the tree lines, how many tree lines do we have on 100 meters? 10, huh? 10 lines. So you have to be careful with the calculation, because you can immediately see when you have a spacing of 5 meter or 4 meter, when you have 4 meter spacing within the line, you know, I have 25 by 10, 250 plants, when you have them in all the plants. These are simple things you need to get used to, because it helps you immediately to see, and I like them like this. I think 10 meters to be economical. When I see what you are planting, first of all, self-sufficiency is no problem. You know it from this morning.
Yeah.
You think you need 1 hectare to be self-sufficient for your plants?
Not really.
Yes.
What do you think, how much of the surface with you can look at the market? Look at what we have done this morning. You remember at the initial calculations we have done, and they always told you, we don't need 1 acre to feed a family. We can do it with half of it. And this morning you have seen why and how we can do that. And so when you have a wonderful diversity, you produce a lot. But still think about structure, your 1 hectare. This year is for the vegetable production, where you continuously have to plant, to replant. This one is for the animal husbandry, because you can do still much more out of it when you start structuring. Define the purpose, and then you will get. I'm amazed to see, as in the first in the first project as well. You all are very far with thinking about biodiversity. That's really surprising. Lucky and myself, we are now giving trainings for 4.5 years, and or 5 years. And when we see how people are developing, you are again another step further than the last course was. So compliments, you have done very well from that point of view. When it comes to economy, try always to set up key figures. 10 lines, you immediately know, okay, I have 40, 4 meters, 25, we have 250, you are well, for 1 acre, for 1 hectare, that's okay. You can do that.
That's why it's not 5 meters. It's not 10 meters.
It is.
Your spacing is 5 meters.
It is. Yeah, it is 4 by 5, not 10.
Because you remember the
It is
biggest
4 by
one,
5.
3 meter by 3 meter.
Oh, well, I'm
1
back.
hectare is 1,086 plants. So when we go to 6 meters, it will be half of it. It will be 500. This should give you an orientation, and I write with my figures. So here in this, when you say it's 10 meters, then we have a problem. But you see here, you have 5 meters every step. So we are already back at the base. But with this diversity, I guarantee you can earn money.
And you can feed your family.
With your black forest, you can for us.
Yes, you're really good at playing
Black
this.
forest.
I'm really happy for one thing. Yeah? This gentleman was very honest that they really eat cassava. And beans. And when you look at the numbers of cassava, my friend,
Monoculture.
so please try to always diversify. You see, when you eat cassava, increase your sweet potato, increase bananas, try to have pumpkins, increase them.
He wants to please the village.
They just got out.
Okay, so guys, that's really good. You stress mind so much about your space. This I want to give to all of you. When you have a space of 1 hectare and you are designing for a homestead, let's try to have designs, like 4 different designs. Don't just always go for one design, right? I want to really stress that. Because, look, you want to always grow your maize and your cassava. 5-meter spacing is okay. You can still grow maybe 3 lines of maize forever. But if you choose a spacing for your maize, like for 6 meters or 7 meters, you are more secure. So you say you have this quota of yours for growing maize and beans. You get it? Your other crops, big space. You have this space of yours for growing vegetables. Then you have a defined area of maybe 3 meters, and you have your fruit trees. You have your cassava, you have your lemons, you have your coffee, you have your bananas, papayas, etc. Then you have another small area for fodder and fire, because you need it. You're not like Colombia. I know Congo is not like Colombia. So you really need fire. Okay? That's something you have to know. I want you to see how to firewood. Another area comes from the bamboo. This bamboo is not boundary. Put it around the whole farm. Then you can put Mexican flower in between. But you have to leave something at least how many meters from the bamboo to your first pillar? How many meters should you put? 2 meters is very small. From your bamboo line to the first pillar inside, I would think at least leave 4 meters. Because bamboo definitely grows. Maybe you don't know bamboo, but bamboo. If you continue looking after it very well, it's really a good tree. I love it. But give it enough space. But it's also a source of income. Because people are buying the bamboo. 2, you absorb your construction problems on the farm. Chicken houses, cows, you need to have a single Coca-Cola in your compound. Bamboo solves it all. Fencing, bamboo solves it. So, just make those few adjustments, your design is good. Another final advice I want to give to all of us is, you see these walkways. These walkways, there's something Papa discussed, and he brought the idea actually last year. Actually, 2 years ago, when we were setting up our farm. I've never seen something beautiful like that. You know, when you have planted, you need it in a place you can easily access it. Imagine when you have it all around the woods, and you have two lines of grasses on either side. You never, you just have to carry with either a wheelbarrow, or with your energy, or with your tricycle, and just chop, put it on, and then you go. You don't need to lift. 10 kgs from inside here, 50 meters to here. That's a very good idea. Always put the grasses where you need for your animals. It is something like always the boundaries, the walls. It's really a good idea. Alright? Let's give them a round of applause.
One thing. Thank you guys for being excited.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
I want to see something implemented back in that area because for the rest of you, these guys come from where I used to live. Years ago.
Someone very happy.
Okay, thank you so much,
This
guys.
might be
So I did two groups to come and show.
Thank you,
Thank you for the guiding. We have defended you.
thank you.
Good job.
I know we wanted to best our walking towards food, but it's not about food that's person. 10 was just for the fruit trees.
Zundera mambo.
Oh, it's okay.
Alright, and you guys will present first.
They were they started shooting or
Okay, are we ready? Where are you going? The floor is yours. 342. You push the body in front. Wow. No problem, I will follow. Yes. Guys, I need total silence. As they listen to us, please.
So all the value producing along this, all the nature that will be here, the farmer will have like 5 goats and a cow. So we hope he can feed them from this, and then this line of grass that is running in the farm. Yes.
Our main economic crops, as we have seen in our side, we have papaya and banana as being our main economic crops. And after 1 year, we will have, on looking at our economics, we will have a total number of 151 papayas, and then per fruit we expect to have at least 10 fruits. That giving us, we shall be selling at a rate of 500, so totaling to 755,000. Our source of funding was trade donations. That's where I put our initial funds.
And to make it more clear, when you go to the second page of our document, is where we have the budget. Establish this demo budget. And then we estimated, okay, this is our rough estimate. We expect to use something like 5 million. 5 million point 3 to establish this demo farm, and we did a rough estimate of what we can harvest from this garden for the first year. This is what we can harvest only for the first year. So the first year we expect to have gross income of 9.1 million from this demo plot. So then to again, he said we have 151 fruits. 151 fruits, how did they come? If you multiply this one, okay, this one here, you might be confused. 3 by 3 gives 166 plants. But now we assume that we lost 10% during the process. So it brings us with 151 plants. Oh, now, the tree line, this first tree line has a budget line, has a budget fruit and vegetables, and then in the spaces where we don't have a budget line, we have stretches of castle in the middle. Yes. Then these other spaces that we are going to use them to produce maize and beans for, and then the space of the nursery also, before establishing the nursery for the first season, still we shall produce there about honey fruit, maize and beans. Yes?
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much, Pamuka. Questions?
I think we all can immediately feel that at least one guy here is working on the top. I think it becomes very obvious. Now you have to see these guys come up with a budget, now these guys come up with a list, everything is already done. So it means it's a person that has a certain experience, which of course is a good thing. Now you came up with a budget of about $1,500, something like that, for one. When you are looking at your budget, do you think you can reduce this investment budget dramatically or a little bit? A little bit. What would be needed to reduce that budget dramatically? Time, because you can do reproduction. You have quite high costs for items. You see, when you eat jackfruit, you will not buy jackfruit seeds. You have your butters, that's perfect. So when you decide to do that in 6 months' time, you have 6 months to reproduce a lot of things you have here on the list, where you can save more than 50%. So planning ahead, the bigger your project becomes, planning ahead saves you a hell lot of money. Now you have seen you plant 100 meters of grass. That means you have another 100. You have 100 times 100 meters. enough for your farm. It's all about timing. This is really an important thing to look at. But I'm amazed to see. I'm always a little bit, you see, I'm a jackfruit eater. And when I always see one here, that's not even feeding me. And think about that, jackfruit is an extremely important commercial plant because it supports animal husbandry as well as it supports the sales on the longer term. And what do you get from jackfruit after 20 years? The wood. The wood. That is expensive. So don't forget these important trees, and you could see how they grow. But that's amazing. You have a partner already. Thank you so much indeed. It's good to see that the structuring of the hectare is very important. It should not look like copy paste on the whole structure. With animal husbandry, vegetable also, it's a part. You will never grow the vegetables on 1 hectare because you don't want to harvest a tomato here and then 100 meters there you get another tomato. You want to harvest it close by. So design when it comes to vegetables, don't put the vegetables at the end of your farm where you have to walk every day just to pick up your vegetables. It's the same with the fodder as Lucky has mentioned, one along the roads, and you can harvest it very easily. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just want to question. What's the spacing from here to here? From here to here? 2.5. See from here to here is 5 meters. And your highest order slide is 100. Alright, so, and this is a village, right? Production-wise, production-wise, so it's not so bad. I want to look at the number of plants in 1 acre. The spacing of 5 meters, not bad. What I would recommend would be really removing this line and incorporating it in the main field for one reason. If you want to really comfortably do this maize and beans, always try to create a line of space. Incorporate the trees in the tree line and have this as a whole of other crops. You can maybe increase it by adding grasses because grasses won't refuse you to grow your beans and beans continuously. So I will put a line of grasses in between. More biomass, and that grass will be basically for biomass. Of not the tree line is basically of the space. But even the maize needs mulching. It's something now we are really going to do. How can we produce maize without any fertilization? Then another good context was the perspective of the farmer side. Then that's a plus. Thank you for thinking that way, because you really did it. And it will make him more money, it can make him more money than the rest of them. Because when you do this right, people will become jealous. When they become jealous, what happens? They want to do it, or they want to do it.
Patrick.
So when you have it right, and then they want to come and start
Shifting now.
Negativity. You always sees negativity, not positivity.
Patrick.
About the 1 cow and the 5 goats, no problem about that, but increase your food. A cow which you have to have food, milk for a homestead. Please never have 1 acre of agroforestry and have a cow. I stress that. Never plan for an acre and you don't have a cow. At least 5 goats. Alright? But at least have some animals because you can look after them. Let's give them a huge hand.
Want to be near you.
Please.
Your introduction about this is a model farm. So it's like a demonstration for the community whereby in simple terms it's a learning center where people get ideas and go back and do implementation. Was it right?
Yes.
So I have one question before I proceed. This is found in Uganda, and which region? Central Uganda. So if you are planning to come up with a community model farm, try to understand well what are the key community needs in that region and demonstrate them differently, because someone may be interested or like need a certain demonstration, and you don't have that knowledge of a thing. Let me give you an example. There are some key needs in this region, including the issue of climate change, environmental conservation, fodder, economics, and food subsistence. So in my understanding, if you are dealing with a model farm for a community, all those aspects should be demonstrated individually in your system. Because you have a learning, you are creating a learning center today, you are modeling the system to the community. But I still have tried to show some, but others are still missing. I don't see the issue of environment, and it's gone so vast, especially here in Central.
So he's literally been in the movie.
Yeah.
So that is true. No,
And animals.
you can do that.
So you have to demonstrate animals.
That is something you should always put in consideration. Demonstration farm, various designs, people have options. So,
Mr. David, what you're trying to say is right, but the establishment of the demonstration was a demand-driven service. It was me, a farmer, part of the community, demanding a similar demonstration to help my farmers in the locality. So the needs, we told them the needs.
experience matters. I'm okay. I'm okay. Your question is silenced to me. But in reality, like when it is a different demonstration, it is true. Various. But since it is demand-driven, we are okay.
And we can also see we are living in a pineapple region. But I know some pineapples.
He doesn't want pineapples.
They don't want them. They don't want them.
I come to the
Okay.
So the thing was that we also had that discussion before coming to the final project. But our idea was, because if we do that, we are creating another BLI somewhere. And already we have BLI where can we come from. So it was like, we can't form another BLI away from BLI. If we have people who want to now do something else which is not here, but they want to see it before they do it. Then they are
Just
going to
in your comfortable position.
Then after they are
But I want to say, that we should be flexible now. Regenerative means what you have established is not going to be permanent. It should have still room that even other crops can be introduced with time. So we don't have to say we are bound to what we have presented here. But the design is okay, like the way it has been presented for a start. And at the end of the day, with pressure from the neighbors, you are a dream maker. But be sure that when these farmers come to you, you are going to see another list of proposals that will enhance the design, the farm itself, that from which they will demand modifications, other models that still bring back the point we are driving at. But thank you for being an initiator because you have seen far, and therefore the degree, one of the principles, the flexibility in our organization is very key. The moment if you decide to become rigid, don't get surprised to be defined as an island, and it remains the Hillary thing, and at the end of the day, it does not replicate other models that would help, because we must take the aspect of regeneration.
That's very true, Mr. Kuli and Derek. Thank you so much. I want to stress this again, that all organizations which are dealing with people, dealing with communities, put that at the back of your head. It's not yours, but you're trying to solve various needs. Like you come to BLI demonstration. We have how many designs?
Yeah, 8.
We have 8 defined designs. And actually that's not all. We are thinking of other things coming up. Because every day you see a different approach to a different need. So be flexible, design your farm very well. You don't need 100 meters for experimentation or showing. No. You saw today, 6 by 10 is enough for showing a different approach. All right?
Yes.
Let's give them a huge round of applause. And thank you so much. Actually, Zudera Mambo, I just heard that you have a PPT to present, right? For that, you will be the last. Sorry about that. So, I need other group to come. Okay, next group, please come and put your... I'm sure you have a juice. There's still some more juice there. Drink, rehydrate. Actually, it seems that Victor is always living life. I don't know if it's through the power ladies or the village TV, but the two. Both of the two. So, you are alive. I don't know to where. The whole world. Alright, so the viewers, thank you for watching. And let's hope you be able to copy what we are teaching. Okay. My brothers from the Lord. You are ready for eating la pena? And cassava. Wait, cassava is called what? Mogo? Yes. Yes, I thought it's called iguana. Yes, it's called iguana. So you see, you have friends from DRC. Yes, because they play iguana every day. All right, guys, we are now, this is the 4th group, right? No, 4th. Yeah. So that means we are already 60%. Right? That's good, we still have enough time. We are sorry, as I told you, we have a tight schedule because from here you just go and shower a bit, then you come back. And then dinner and the closure will be combined together. Guys, 1 minute, you should start. All right, you can start, please.
Good evening.
We are in front of you. We are from Northern Uganda. We are practicing regenerative agroforestry. And in front of you here, I'm called Emmanuel Luke. I have two friends of mine here. They can introduce themselves. Okay. In front of you here, we have chosen a demonstration plot or demonstration an acre for annual crop production. The reason why we have chosen the annual crop production because there we have the problem of nutrition, and among that we have sukuma wiki, and green spring onions, not green. So the reason why we have the weather, because we have unreliable rainfall. Secondly, the nutrition, because most people there they eat sorghum that you people doesn't know here. They eat cassava and a few in the people there organize. If you're finding bananas, you're going to find these local bananas that are mostly affected by disease. So, then we have a challenge there because all the vegetables are being exported from a nearby district. Like Umbale, they take for us tomatoes, they take for us spinach, cabbages, and other things. So we want to address that challenge since we have the knowledge of that. So, not only that, in this half an acre, we have planned for a family of 4. And in a family of 4, we have 3 goats and a rabbit house, and we are building around 5 rabbits. We have started with 5 rabbits because we want to start, because we are starting with the principle that we have the principle of the regenerative agroforestry and the principle of extension, because we are going to what? To the farmers. So the principle of extension states that start with what they have, from where they have, and help them so that they help themselves. So that is why we have chosen this. So in this, I cannot explain everything because we cracked down this, the 3 of us here from the north. We came up with a solution, and this solution, the friends of mine will help us.
Thank you.
So I floor the vote.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
When Northern Uganda is ready, I think all your mind should be there. Even our bodies. Even your bodies are there. So we said we have a problem of nutrition. We don't have matoke there. We have these other types of bananas, the sweet bananas, but we also love to introduce matoke, for which we came out with our plants that we would want. Banana we got here, and we are going to plant banana in 4 by 6 meters, and we are going to get in the all of our piece of land, which is 48 by 38, because we have 50 by 40. But because of the boundaries, we've taken 2 meters away. We have the boundaries here. This is the boundary line, and the boundary line we've decided to plant Tetonia for the protection of our crops. Then we also bought another line for Napier grass. that is to cater for our boats and also to know mulching and other things. Then banana, we have 76 of them. We also have fertilizer plants, whereby you see Lucenia. We also have papaya and any other things. We have like fruit trees. Those are the high stratas. Those are the mangoes, avocados, and the soursop. The soursop, we love it so much at our home. If you go there, it is mad. We love it so much. We just love eating it like that.
Yeah, you can see how they grow.
The fruit trees, we have like 8 of them, so we shall be diversifying it among our tree line. Then we also have the timber trees. The timber trees, we have the lira, we call it lira in our language and also in English. Then we have Riveria, we have teak, and teak we call it etek in our language. Then we have eucalyptus, and we love eucalyptus. If you go there, you'll find very many of them. So we are going to plant those timber trees, and there are 76 of them. We have also lower strata trees, that is the papaya, the lemon, the guava. We have 152, and we are going to plant them 2 meters by 6 meters. I think let me welcome Jimmy to speak. Any other thing, then maybe I'll get.
Thank you, my colleagues, for the opportunity and time you have given to me. I've greeted all the participants, my fellows, and our bosses. Thank you for this time. Above all, what I would like to handle, most of our things here is self-explanatory. If you see like a tree line to this line, it is 3 meters. And then if you look down here, a tree line to a tree line, it is 6 meters. And if you look here, here is our key. This key is showing what is here. You may come and ask, what is the meaning of BC, POPP, or GHARA? All are well explained here. That is for your understanding. And for us, most of the concern, if you're going to your garden, you must be having a rod, because we human beings, we don't have our windows. So therefore, this is the main rod, and this is the entrance into our dwelling. So that's why we have indicated it here, it as a pathway. I hope you are getting it well. I think that is the summary of what we have, unless maybe Emma won.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Jimmy.
Yes, 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Brother Jimmy. In here, we don't want to make this drawing of ours look, the drawing of a demo look very exhausted. That's why we have not seen the road sign here. But our roads, we have measured 2 feet in between here. In between here, there are 2 feet road.
Don't want to waste space.
Waste space. And that space is for throwing what? The biomass. We are going to pass through there on top of our house. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Team Northern Uganda. That was really good. All right. Questions? Yeah.
So for the money, I can answer that. Since we are still starting, we cannot exaggerate figures here. Because we are starting, we know papaya will fruit after 6-7 months and start feeding us. Because we start giving one papaya, 2, 3, 4. You cannot put like papaya 700,000. No. For the start, we are going to eat some and some because our aim is to improve the nutrition. We're going to eat some and some will go to sell out. And we see the difference. So the next season that we are coming, we know that we are going to work to get this amount, or it will be down or up. Because if we exaggerate the number of all the figures of money here, we will go wrong.
Okay, you will answer that.
My first question is, where are you going to make your money?
That's the first question.
Money?
Again.
Yes. After, okay, after.
I think you will show it here.
Okay. We are going to make our money from vegetable first. Because vegetables, these are annual crops, they don't take long, after 3 months, 2 months. So we are going to start from vegetables. Papaya will come here. Cassava, because the number of cassava here is much for what? For 4 people in the family. So that one is much. We can sell some.
I know you can eat all that.
How much do you get from cassava?
Cassava? Who's there? We are going to sell those cassava. But cassava there, if you go there, you are going to eat cassava and run away. Because they give you of this size, the size of my hand, around half a meter long. They give you 4 of them 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cassava plant.
So how you get the money?
So for cassava, that one, for short term cassava, that is 6 months. But for those ones of long, they take 9 months and 1 year plus. So it depends on the cassava stem and the variety you are putting in your garden. If you put the one for long term, but we are putting the one for 6 months. Because we are dealing with the annual crop.
Have you seen a farm, a cassava farm, that takes a lot of money?
Even near within our history,
When you have a hectare and you go for monoculture, how much are you going to produce on one hectare?
You produce, but the money cannot be much as the way we have designed it.
Okay. Now, let's have a look at which are the trees that make you money on the longer term run.
Fruit trees. Fruit trees.
Look at that number here. You think you make a lot of money here?
No.
You have excellent, you see the soursop, that's really, really good.
The reason why we have said that the number is 8, we are dealing with the trees, fruit trees with a bigger canopy, like mangoes or avocado.
Yes, is that a good idea? You need 15 meters within the line?
Because there are other plants.
Soursop, you see, soursop does not need a very big canopy. We have plenty of soursop in Malawi. Where do you make the money from soursop? From the fruit only?
Leaves.
The leaves. But you see, here, this number, you don't have a lot of trees here, so you don't really make money here. So when I see the spacing, you have a huge potential in densifying the trees that really make you money. It's not the shortcut. And you see all these onions, okay, you can make money. I have the impression, but you see the other vegetables are not really high value vegetables. You see, and when I see the variety here, you are still at a quite poor diet. what could be other crops that grow in drier areas that can make you money?
Chilies.
Chilies.
We have market in that area.
Chilies is also there. Chili is there also.
Yes, when we are looking here at vegetables, look at okra.
You guys eat okra, yes.
Look at eggplant. These are still things, they are productive, and they make more money than what you are. But from the economical side, when you only have 8 of these really good fruit trees, the economy is low. You still have to think about that. And all of these, you see, these trees, they grow in your area. You don't have a problem. Mangoes anyway, they grow. Soursop also, just the implementation. Think about that. There you have an invention. These two things you can really get.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You see, from the perspective of where they are coming from, here you're already in the clouds. When you have this on ground, it might make you even chief of the village.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what this, I have been to their place,
Mm-hmm.
and these guys are pure agriculture farmers.
Okay.
And very limited in, first of all, food. Am I lying? That's the truth. They have open fields. Here we are in paradise. Adding 76 bananas. If I was you, I would increase numbers. For one reason, this has market. I was in Gulu for 6 years. You can't imagine how much we're buying bananas from Gulu market. And from this way, yet you can grow them. Yeah. Even your people themselves, what I wonder is they don't like to plant them, but they love growing them. They love eating them. They really love eating these plants. So, I would really increase these numbers, all right? Fruit trees. From my point of view, you cannot make out of money because everybody has soursop and mangoes. These guys everywhere, they are mangoes. And during the season of mangoes, you find mangoes everywhere, like they are flowers. You just go to a homestead of a person with a basket. Don't even greet. Nobody will chase you. That's how much mangoes they have. So, I would really think of this. I know to make money for you. Your timber trees, that is okay. Teak, don't eat a lot because they take long time. Eucalyptus, very good for your area. Alright? Papayas, these will make you money. I know that. They will make you enough money. Lemons, your area is good for citrus. Very good temperatures for citrus. All the citrus you see in Kampala, by left for information, I think 90% comes from their area. Limes would be interesting. Limes, you know limes? The small ones, eh? Those would be interesting for you to replace. So with your spacing of 6 meters, you have the flexibility of increasing the productivity, right? Otherwise, me, I'm happy with your design. What I would really recommend is adding also diversifying the vegetables, right? Because now when people see that you are eating your cassava, by the way, I want to tell you something. In their area, this is the place you eat cassava in the morning, cassava lunch, cassava dinner, cassava in the midnight. Every time.
In the same way of cooking.
And you see, I would have no problem putting it with a very good recipe. Just go into the garden, chop, remove the peel, put in water, boil, put salt, and you eat. Sometimes even no salt, imagine. So, imagine how people see you Now you are eating your cassava with spinach. Eating your cassava with sukuma wiki. And you like okra. So okra you can dry. So it has a very good preservation method. So look at what I are increasing is it vegetables, right? Otherwise, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Yes, Tassim.
I just have a suggestion maybe for the team. Also, the area is known for producing shea butter. And I would have loved to see that in the future. Because it's an endangered tree in Uganda, and it's one of those long term. It can last for over 30 years. So if
that's good. That's good. Share that, right? You can put some trees in there.
What I forgot to say, what could be an alternative economically when the climate becomes more delicate for growing certain
and also for their
grass, income, animal husbandry. Huh?
These guys have a lot of animals.
When you have the possibility that the problem that the rain patterns are changing too much, you can go for animal husbandry as a main source of income. Because this is an important thing to look at.
I really buy that. These guys have, when you go to their area during the dry season, you find the cows almost dying. You find them with bones, skinny. I've passed through the region for some time. February, oh, delicate. You can't even cry. But imagine, you buy these cows from these people, you have your fodder, and you do fashion. Imagine. Those are all income sources. So when we say what's the economy of your plan, your system, it does not mean that it does tell us what you plant. Also what you save. Because if you are supposed to buy all these but you are saving, you are also earning money because you are saving. So economics come from saving and also saving. So when we are explaining, I'm explaining economics, we expect you to explain to us the production, the succession productivity. 3 months, you harvest this. 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, and then our long-term fruits are this. And when you look at the figures, you see how many bananas we have. Because for us, we immediately see here. Bananas. No, you have to increase. Fertilizer plants. That's a lot, but very good. Timber trees, fruit trees, no. Timber trees, 76. Okay. Here, you see these numbers here. This is a very huge number for papaya, lemon, and guava. Guavas, you don't have market for guavas. I know that. Very limited market. Okay? So you need to few guavas. Where? In your house? That's why you don't put a lot of guavas. Nobody will come and buy this. So that when you add more bananas, because wherever the guava can go, the bananas can go. So increase more bananas, reduce guavas. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. It's really good to see you guys how you are doing this. I'm really happy. Realistic designs. Very happy. Thank you so much. You can take the designs because you need to go with them back home. Okay. Okay, so we are left with one group to present before Mona Lisa's view. And it's still two. Hey, Group Western. Group Western Uganda. Oh man, we are going to the mountains now. Mountains of the moon.
Kilimanjaro.
Guys, these guys have
The highest mountain is from this country. No, Tanzania. This is resort. It's a new design.
Okay, guys. All right, we have, okay, we start. We have 20 minutes. Fine. 20 minutes. Yes. We have 10 minutes for presentation.
So, guys, welcome to the money. Someone was scared of having another Bethany, but we have our Rwenzori Bethany.
Wow!
On that, we have, it's a female-headed household that will host you. So my part is to introduce a bit about the Rwenzori, and he's the economist who works the money for the lady to manage. And then she will give us the agronomy. The Rwenzori mountain is basically a sloping area with above 15% slope. Yeah. Losing up to 11 tons per acre per year, with the rainfall between 1800 millimeter to 2200 millimeter. So very close to the equator, and you remember what they were saying about the nearness to the equator, but good enough. The coffee can still grow in most parts, and the banana. Many of the households actually have banana as their staple food, and then coffee as the main source of income. But the big battle is with the soil erosion. Amidst the advantage of having plenty of water and also some gravity. Now, when you see coffee, that means a lot of nutrients being transported. On top of the soil erosion, nutrients are leaving also in form of coffee husk, okay, which is never returning to the farm. So my task is very simple. I am the chief of the mountain, and you can listen now to the experts.
So interesting.
And so my farm is located in Kasese, in a place called Bugoye. We are at around 900 meters above sea level. And so we decided, when they came to me, I decided to go, we went for the banana coffee regulating of the forestry system. Why? Because the cash crop in our area is coffee, majorly. But we also, our main source of food as in our area in Western Uganda Also to clarify, we are from Western Uganda, but he is from the Southern West. So for us, we are in the, I don't know, it is West-West. So we are using we are using contours. So from one contour to another contour was 20 meters. And we are also using our contours for pasture. So this is a household that has one cow and 2 goats. Yeah. So so we are using our contours for pastures, and we have 2 types of pastures. We have vetiver for soil and water control, but at the same time, then we have Napier. We had also Napier. We also had it's called yes, it's called Guatemala. So we have from one tree line to another tree line was 4 meters. And in our tree line, we have coffee, banana, at the same distance, like 4 meters apart. And our first tree line, it has those words, emergency tree. Yeah, the emergency tree, which is albizia. So our emergency trees are at 20 meters apart. And we are basically dealing with Arabica coffee. And because our main, besides the phosphorus, our staple food is obundu. Obundu comes from cassava. So during the day we eat cassava. We mix cassava and matoke. That's why I still eat more katogo. And that's it. Every lunch is katogo. But katogo of anything. So even if we grow potatoes, even if we grow cassava, even if we grow everything will work. So that our farm is diversified in that way. However, we have more of cassava. So between a tree line, we have a line of cassava throughout our 50 by 100 meters. Because we need cassava for lunch, we need cassava to make flour for dinner.
Lunch is katogo,
dinner is flour. Yes.
Again somehow.
Exactly.
No, but now you're holding with the power
But
bank.
also, we were looking at the first making sauce. Making sauce, also making money for the first months, first year. So we want to be an intercrop cassava with beans. So everywhere there is a line of cassava, there will be lines of what? Of beans in those spaces.
But make sure it is
Then
not
we
dancing.
also have
Then close it and it dance. That's right.
So we also have on the same tree line, we are integrating with biomass. Biomass, and we have Calandra, Glyceria, and Lucena at a distance of 2.5. Yeah, at a distance of 2.5 apart. Then on every banana, we have a papaya, because we need money in the first year. And on every banana, we have a repellent, we have marigold, we also have, I think, yeah, that's it. So we also have fruits. So we have fruits, we went for 3 fruits, that is the mango, avocado, and guavas. Because we are dealing with small households. I'm one of the households that we are looking at, besides that commercial part of we want to sell the coffee, we want to have the bananas, we also want to balance the nutrition. So we want to wait for 3 fruits for now. Yep, so that is basically our design. So our economists can take over, tell us how much we need and how much we expect to get out.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, James. Let's come to the money. The most important part of the discussion. So,
Harvest money.
yeah, harvest money. So we need to first look at the cost, first of all. We calculated the exact number of cassava cuttings needed, and it's 1,250, 200 shillings each. This gives us this amount of 62,500. The beans as well, we invest 20,000, 10 kgs for planting. The bananas, 275 plants according to the design, 1,000 per sucker, 275,000. The coffee is quite expensive, 3,000 each, and they are 325, giving it 975,000. An interesting expensive one are these biomass. We are told they're expensive because they're a bit rare, Coriandra, Glycera, Lucena.
Come to my phone.
So if we can get a cheaper one, that would be good. But it's at 2,000 and they're 625. That gives it 1.25. It was a bit scary, but we had to write it. Then also the next year, we're going to buy our land at 10 million in the mountain. The labor, 2 million for the year. And then for the animals, 2 million as well. The emergent trees, there are very few, just 5 trees, 5,000 each. And the fruit trees are also not many, they're just 50 trees at 150,000. So our total cost is 16,999,000. Yeah, the land is. So let's go to the money. The cassava, it's a very interesting one, as you have said, the demand is there. And the estimate is at 2,000 per tree, not each tuber. We are trying to calculate at the low level. So we'll get 2.5 in the first year. Remember, I'm calculating the first year, the second year, and the third year. So the beans is also small money, 100 kgs, and we will sell and get 200,000. The papaya, also not so much, but there are 275 plants, and each plant 2,000 shillings, not big. So we get 550,000. The bananas, it's some good money. 275 plants, 10,000 each. We didn't go into the cuttings, but we estimated that would give us 2.7. So for the first year, we can get 6 million, but we still have a debt of 10 million balance of the economics. But the interesting part is the coffee. Long term, after 3 years, which is the main crop, for the 325 trees, the estimate that each tree can give you 7 kilos of Arabica, well cared for, and the price, selling price at 12,000 per kilo. And that would give us this big money that we're scared about, which is 27 million per year. I believe it can change and transform our household and as well solve the problem that the first person talked about, the environment and the erosion. It could be a good lesson for the rest of the people, and we can save the Rwenzori mountain. Thank you so much for listening.
Before we welcome the questions, now as he spoke about coming to his farm to buy, we should remember the other principle in production. Maybe we should save on those seedlings for the biomass trees and start multiplying. So no business, Mr. Lucky.
Actually, you find yourself, you have to come. Because I see you want to plant your thing at once for you to get that money. And planting once you have to plant together. I'll be waiting for you. All right, questions. Okay, we have questions from behind. Yes, Damascus first.
Yes. So thank you, Group 5 now, according to the order of presentation. And my question is, how are you going to make it, or what technique are you going to use to make sure that you have 100% each plant survival? How are you sure that you planted 275 and you are very sure that all the 275 are going to survive?
Trust the system. Because it's self-reducing.
But it's not so.
Very, very good.
Okay.
That is how much we believe in this training.
But that's a good question. No, that's a good question. But in our mind, we are trusting the system and we are lowering our expectations in terms of money.
Yeah.
So that's why you see that our cost, our expected amount of money is not too high. We are sure in reality, a one cassava plant can give you even 10K. if it goes well, but we are putting here at the least money because we're not sure. But thank you for the question. You keep it in mind. What they
Next, yes,
I am one of the, when we prepared this workshop, I worked very hard that you will at least get one from the Reserve Mountain. Specifically, the mountain chief has defined the situation the resort is going through. I think what you should have also mentioned is the area is very small. It's densely populated. Because it is lying, where people are staying is between two national parks. The Reserve Mountains National Park and Queen Elizabeth National Park. And the population is growing. I think now we are going to 1.2 million. And that gives a very question that land is becoming scarce. And something we should have, I want us to underscore, is that the agricultural setup of the Reserve Mountain has been on the basis of the pesticides. For the last 5 years, I think 6 years, vanilla was booming. And what happened? The farmers, some cut their coffee and established those small house lands into a vanilla bush. Now vanilla has gotten, the price has slackened. Now they have cut it. Now there is a mention of hash potato and a mention of cocoa. Again, people are planting cocoa. Forgetting the bananas and again forgetting the coffee. Then again, some regions where she comes from, the way area, because the mountains has specific areas of potential. In the Rwenzori, you can have a coffee from Boyeri sub-county, tasting different from the coffee from Chagumba sub-county, that tasting different from the coffee from Chitoro. So, because of all those different dynamics, we don't have a stable farming system. And I'm just happy that the chief of the mountains has come. And from the time we have gone through the week, one thing I have noticed that in the meeting in Kasese is to understand that when we let nature take course by biological diversity, would be the richest. Because if you look at anatomics of coffee and cocoa, like you saw in Udibujo, if Udibujo can also integrate their cocoa with coffee, then they have money throughout. So I think this approach, the model that has come, I would think we also take it with a high level of flexibility with the inclusion of more commercial plants that can still do better even when, despite the size of the land. That's one point. Second point I would like to mention is that One Health, the principle of the One Health. To be very sincere, Roland was mentioning something to do with the monoculture. Go to Mulago Hospital, Marara Hospital, any other big hospital. A bigger population of Kasese are clients to the hospital in cancer and the diabetic. We call it what? Those who suffer from high sugar problems. The diabetic clients. Because we have been fewer victims of monoculture. Cassava. As she was probably saying, breakfast, lunch, supper.
We just play around the way.
That's what I'm staying here for a long time. We may not be clients of this disease, but be very sincere. Our populations, their lifespan is kept because they are direct victims right away from childhood to this type of monoculture food. So the chief of the mountain, we would like to see if we can have a model self-county or a model village that can demonstrate this.
Yeah.
But with a lot of different models that will address individual farmers' needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Okay.
Now, you started with a very important aspect. What guarantees you here to make money in your area? What guarantees you to make money in your area? You were talking about rainfall. Huh? You were talking about runoff. So, number one, economically, structure your landscape. Number one. Because this will not happen economically when you have this runoff and soil loss every year. At least not for the next generation. So the key thing is how you structure. Huh? And you know when you have such a strong runoff, density will even play a much bigger role than you have it in the flat area. Number one. I think I like the setup. I like very much to work on hilly areas because, as Sylvester mentioned it, due to the slopes, you have a very special situation concerning the sun. And you normally get different product qualities along the hills. Very often, especially for fruits, that is something we know from the experience. So, hilly areas are always very interesting. Now, you have calculated income. Is that the only income? You have calculated production.
Yeah.
What is missing? Reproduction. Cassava, 1,250 plants. How many cuttings are you getting?
I don't know how much that is.
Maybe that was 10 million.
You see, here you have paid 200 per cutting. Huh? And when you get 20 cuttings from one plant, you get 20 times this one. So the reproduction means you can reproduce yourself. Papaya, you can reproduce. Banana, maybe not in the first year, but in the second year you will reproduce. Think about reproduction because in some cases you will earn more money with reproduction than with the production. I guarantee you. So that's an important thing when we are looking at the whole situation. Of course, in the whole calculation now we have one aspect. We have 10 million for the land. So this gap here is big because of that one. Because otherwise we would be able to reach at least break even. But I think you can pay back and you earn money with the reproduction.
The land is already there, but we just wanted to really put it there because it's part of the budget.
You have to value it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So what was mentioned, you see, with the coffee, with the densification of the coffee, here we are not yet at the end. Huh? I think you still have a potential. The same with papaya and such kind of things. You are not yet at the end. Huh? Because you will need to densify in these sloping areas that the runoff is being reduced. How can you reduce? You have mentioned vetiver. And napier. You think you need to do something else? You mentioned 16% slope. Huh? That's quite a lot.
No, 50.
Yeah. That's a lot. What do you need to do in the landscape? You think you can handle this problem only with the grass lines and the planting lines? No. You need to dig. You need to dig trenches, contour trenches, that follow the contours. That block the water flow dramatically, and then you see you are digging, you put it to the lower part, and then in the lower part of the bunding you start planting. Like this, you're step by step, you start terracing your land. Small terraces, but stable structures, the water is not able to pick up speed anymore. The grasses will not be enough. And that is quite a substantial amount of investment you will need. But, you see, we will see soon the concept afterwards. We see it in Ethiopia. They do it with voluntary work. The whole village is coming together in the dry season and they are taking the contour trenches. That can be done as a volunteer. But please, keep in mind, reproduction is an important aspect. Because financially it will look different. It looks better, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Why we really want to exhaust everything, because after here, you won't be asking me any more questions. I'll only be in moods of eating now. So, this is a very beautiful design. Practical, well explained, solving your needs. I just have a few comments to put across. This is beautiful that you have to plant the napier, watermelon, and vetiver along the contours, as he said. But that's all for clarity and easy maintenance. I prefer having lines. So if you are having vetiver and napier, which one will come faster? Like vetiver first from the contour, then you have napier behind, right? That's very good. So have a line of vetiver, very densified, then have a line of napier, then put your line of the three lines. Yeah? The next one, which I would really not agree with you when I look at the figures, is the grasses and the having a cow. You'll find that your cow will die even before the end of the year if this is the plan of grasses you are going for. Alright? Yes, Mr. Alore?
I have not heard about the way how they transport their products from the field.
They know how to do that, trust me. I've been there. They know how to do that. I was in the, what is this place? Towards Kenya. Namisi. No, not Namisi. It is bordering with Kenya towards Elgon. After Ududa. No, I think it is close to Ududa. My friend, it was like this. And a woman is coming from downhill with a baby and a jerrycan and a banana. That was my, I was like, thank you God I come from Raka. But I know it's tough work, right? But those are things you must look around. Two, I was still stressing it. These are very little grasses. First of all, the system will get nothing. Yet we need it. So never think about animals if you are not above 1,000 grasses. 1,500 grasses, then think about the animals. Such that you give 500 to the system, or excess the system, and 1,000 to the animals, and you bring back the cow down.
How many cows you get from 1,000? 1,000 grasses means how many cows? One.
All right, so then the next is papaya. You said you are going to put your papaya to the bananas. I would always not recommend that. I would prefer putting your papayas to the coffee. Because that's something we have proved. The symbiotic relationship is very good. Coffee is going to provide that minimal shape. Papaya will provide that shape to your coffee as it grows. And in this case, you have from Arabica, which will grow very well. Because it's going to have the protection of the papaya. Are we together?
Hmm.
So you can easily plant 1 foot away from the coffee and put your papaya. Perfect. Now for us, every coffee we plant, we put a papaya. Every coffee. Then the next is, I want to know what's the distance from the mango to the coffee. This is mango, right? Okay, then that's okay. Why is your price of coffee seedlings 3,000?
That's it.
Are you sure?
Oh.
Are you really sure? Should we call? We have an answer there. We can call. You see, this is the price we don't even sell here for Robusta, which is expensive. Arabica is cheaper, so you are exaggerating your prices.
Maybe
Cost of production.
they have included even the transport.
Even if you include transport. The price of the maximum price of a coffee seedling of Arabica is 1,000. Even when you go to Kenya and get the real they have, it will cost you maybe around 1,500. Alright? So that really reduces a lot. Glycidia, the cost is around 1,000. Glycidia and biomass plants around 1,000. Good maximum price. Yeah? Apart from selling to organizations which have money. But for individual farmers, that's okay. 1,000. Don't think about it. My next is the productivity of coffee to 7 kilograms. When I look at the price, this is for the FAQ, right? That means after drying and deharing. That's the final product here in Uganda, which you call the green bean. This is a very good price, the minimum ever for Arabica. Very good, but you can never get 7 kgs. No.
We are getting it.
Eh?
We are getting it.
You can get it.
Let me to correct you. One thing is that the coffee seedling you are talking about, even if I give you the number right now, I planted 1,000 in November last year. It was that. But for that particular variety, you come with this 7 kg.
So what's the name of that variety, sir?
It's you mix them. So you have K3, K4, K7. That's when they will do well.
Arabica.
Yeah.
Arabica K3, K4, and
K4
K7.
and K7. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll take your word. But if you are getting 7 kgs of cassette, FAQ, from Arabica plant in 3 years, that's a very good point.
You need really heavy feeding.
That is something you are going to need maximum feeding. So I would always never calculate with 7 kgs. Always in a year. For the FAQ of coffee, even here, you see with Robusta, we can get 15 kgs. With Robusta. 15 kgs, no problem. In the number, you know in the very possible to get it. But you always have it with less than 5 kgs. Because you are using the maximum production.
I still think that is true. In your places we have had virgin areas which are being now exploited with coffee. Especially the girls who are the high areas those high areas, you plant, you just see a happy coffee tree and it gives you now.
Because you are having this fertile soil.
Something that we need to notice, it's not becoming very unfortunate that we are being infiltrated with less people who are introducing pesticides and herbicides. Those are areas which are actually non-exposed to those external. So the pollination potential and the picking up of the formation of beans is really very good in those areas. But if you go to the garden, you want to buy the whole garden and this money. They want to see money.
I would really love to have these coffees on my farm because your elevation is even less than mine on my farm. You say you have 900. I have 1,250 a year in Ruel. Yes, I have farm, P1, 1,250. So that means I am even at better elevation than you. So I would really, we are going to get numbers. I need these coffees immediately this season. Okay, thank you so much. My last comment is always just avoid working 100% in palpation. As they stressed, you try to always reduce around maybe 70%. Alright? Then you have good figures which will give you realistic outcomes in terms of margins of errors. Otherwise, one more. What's the distance between the contours? 20 meters. Perfect. Give them the hand clap. That was beautiful. And I know that this design is going to be implemented next month. I'm really sure about that. Tomorrow. So, we are left with only one group to present. And I would request, you see, I told you there's a cafe, right? I'm not going to give you I'm sorry. No, there is the toughest. I'm going to give you a break. Just accept we finish once, right? So, Victor, I need you to set up this projector now. And then the guys of Zindera Mambo. Yes, please.
Because you look at the geographical region,
yes.
Actually, the Horizontal Mountain covers the districts of Chejojo, Teketwa, Ondibujo, Kamenge, and Kushini, and Kasese, and Port Porto. So, it's not supposed to be an isolated member. It comes from the Horizontal Mountain. Yes.
So, may you hold me? I want to do a small lead. Can you?
All right, guys, let's try to be attentive. We are having our brothers and sisters all the way from Zimbabwe who are going to present us their project. They have been very attentive, and so I beg us to be very attentive as they explain what they have for us. Please, Emmanuel, 5 minutes, come back. After 1 minute. So, we are still within the time bounds. Because I was targeting until 5:50 to 5:45 that we can. We'll have late dinner today. I wanted to let you know that. Okay? Wait. We need that reason to be ready. Are we okay? All right, you can connect. Right, so who's presenting? The floor is yours. Guys, let's really give them our utmost attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jalan Ates Nyama, and I'm going to present to you
our demo, which is the Sundaramambo regenerative agroforest system. So firstly, I'm going to briefly explain to you what is meant by Sundaramambo. So Sundaramambo is a traditional social welfare system which is used in Zimbabwe, whereby people, usually villagers, they come together, they plant, and they begin to practice agricultural activities on a certain piece of land. So with that, I'm now moving on to the benefits of the Sundaramambo regenerative agroforestry system. First, it ensures food security, the health people, the disabled, and the health people, the disabled, and the orphans. Secondly, it promotes cooperation among people. Hence, it ensures that people will produce their products on larger scale. And I have to say this one is going to be our new benefit. By us practicing this Sundaramambo system along with the regenerative agroforestry principles, it means we are going to minimize the impact of climate change in our country. At the same time, we are going to improve our soil fertility. So, here is our demo of our regenerative agroforestry system, which is on a piece of land which is 1 hectare. In our demo, we have the walkways, which is 3 meters apart, and along the walkways we have Mexican sunflower. On our system, for our boundary, we planted. We are going to plant two type of trees. The first one in here, we are going to plant the pen, and the second one we are going to plant the indigenous plant which goes by the name Mpangara. Why? Mpangara is very good for fodder. Secondly, it has stones, so it means that our system will be protected from animals, from neighbors. So in our system, our two main objectives is to provide fruits and fodder. And with that, our main crops here, one, we have the rice avocado, the mandarins, oranges, the lemons, mangoes, to be specific, is the 20 package mangoes, and the bananas. Why are we putting the bananas on our main crops? Firstly, we are going to have two cows and 5 goats in our system. I think with that, I have to hand over to my father.
So before, that is the yeah, it's a good
Mpangara.
Animals eat it. It's a good fodder and it has phones. Then the ascovacado, that's a type that is really good for exploitation.
Okay, so I'm going to start with our 3 lines. From the fence to the first tree line, we have at least 1 meter apart from it. So our tree line to the next tree line is 9 meters.
Can you raise the voice, please?
So from one tree line to the next tree line, we have at least 9 meters apart. And in each 9 meters, we have put 2 dense lines, which are for biomass and mulching. So on our tree lines, we have the emergent trees, which are neem and mukochoko.
So this is mukochoko.
Okay. So the spacing of our emergent trees are
10 meters apart. So in one tree line, we are going to get 4. We have at least 3 blocks of it. So in each block, we are going to get 10. Then for the total, we are going to get 31 in 3 blocks. Then it will be the same to the Mukocho. Then we are going to the fruit trees, which are avocado, mangoes, lemon, and nachos. So the spacing of our avocado and mango is the same, 5 meters apart. And in one tree line, we are going to get 4. There are 4 of them, so it will be 8 for each, then 8. Total we will have in one block 20 for each, that will be 40. And for the whole 3 blocks, we are going to get 60. So for each we are going to get 60, that will be 120 for the trees which are 5 meters apart. They are fruit trees. When you go to the other fruits which are lemon and nachos, we are going for 2.5 meters apart from each other. So we're going to get 9. There are 9 in a tree line, 45 on a block, then 135 in 3 blocks. So if you multiply it by 2, you get the total number of fruits. We are going to get by 2.5. Then we went for the nitrogen fixing plants, which are Caliandra, mulberry, and moringa. We put it for 1 meter. And we are going to get each, we are going to get 15 in each line. And for the whole block, it is 75. And for the all blocks in total, it will be 225. That you will multiply it by 3, then you get the total number of nitrogen fixing plants in our tree line. After that, we are going for the mulching trees, like biomass too. We have the pigeon pea, and the pigeon pea is in 50 centimeters. So for one line we are going to get 93 pigeon peas. That will be for the whole block. Yes?
5 minutes.
Okay. For the whole block it will be 465. For the whole 3 blocks it will be 1,395 for the whole hectare of 3 blocks. So also we said we are going to have the medicinal plants, which are aloe vera and chili, which are around 25 centimeters apart from each other. We are going to get 93, the same to the moringa, the same to the pigeon pea. So now we are done with our tree line. We are going for the dense or biomass line, which we have Gracidia, mulberry, and coriander. So for those we shall have in a tree line, we spaced it for 18 centimeters. That will be 0.8 meters. And for one line we are going to get 19 Gracidia, 19 mulberry, and 19 coriander. That will be the total of the block, 96. And for the whole 3 blocks, we are going to get 290 times 3 for the whole 3 blocks. Okay, so after that, we divided it. So we are going to have 3 beds in each 9 meters. Oh, yeah. No, 15. 15 in a block, 3 in 9 meters. So that will be 1, 2, 3. So we are going to the banana grass. As you can see here, we planted the banana grass, we mixed it in each bed. We will have 31 bananas. That's not our total number we are looking for. It is just a planting material we are going to plant to. And for the whole block, it will be 155, and for the whole 3 blocks, it will be 465 planting materials of bananas. And we are going to have sunflower mixed with beans. So for the block of sunflower mixed with beans, the sunflower we are going to get it is spaced it by 15 centimeters, and the beans for 15 to the sunflower for 1 meter and beans for 15 centimeters. So that will give us 46 in a line of sunflower. In a block it will be 232, and for the that's for the whole block I think it will be, we are having 2 lines here. We are having 2 lines which will be 232, and
2 minutes.
For the whole block it will be 697. That is sunflower. For the beans we are having 15 centimeters spacing, which will be 6,200 for a line. And for the whole block it will be 31,000, and for the whole 3 blocks, for the whole 3 blocks I think it will be 92,000.
It's fine. Thank you very much. So from this that we have, as ours minimum, we have to take note that at every corner we also have our tree called Mubamaropa, which means a bloody wood. This tree, it has a distancing from corner to corner that is 100-meter spacing, and it also acts as wood and as biomass as well. So I think everything that we have here, we are maintaining the tree lines, we are maintaining the identified lines, and keep in mind that we are also integrating animals, that is 2 cows and 5 goats. The concept being that we are not to multiply them only for this plot, but also to give to the other villages. So I will do the calculations now, which won't take long because we only have 2 categories. They are uniformed. So as said before, that we do have the citrus as our main, that incorporates the nutches and the lemons. So if you just understand the number of lemons, trees, it's 135, right? Then 135 per tree, if you calculate with 1 crate. However, from how I harvest it, I get maybe up to 7 crates when it is matured, but I'm working with 1 crate. That will give you 1 crate by $10. That is 135 multiplied by 10, that is 135. So the same also appears for the nutches. But I'm calculating with 1 because we are saying that this is the system maybe for 2 years, let's say 1 year as it started fruiting. Then we have the avocado, and the avocado, the special type that we are having. It doesn't grow so big, but it produces, it is small shape, like, what can I say, I don't know, the veranda doesn't go wide. So when it comes to that one, usually I prefer working with crates because it's a village level. We cannot go like $1 for 10 or $1 for 20. So when we work with crates, this one, it's up to $15 a crate. That's now going to the big market. So if you are just having in mind to make it easy, just that a tree is a crate, or a tree is 2 crates to make it easy, then the total number that you are having for the plants, you calculate with that. So I will be expecting that in the first year of fruiting, or the second year, the total should be around 2,000 to 450 USD. For the mango tree, it's the same as the avocado tree. The mango tree, for this, I'm 100% that it works because my father has this. So for the mango tree, we harvest the tree, it's up to 7 to 10 crates. But I'm still sticking with 1 crate for up to 2 to 3 years. Then from there I increase, right? So it's the same also. Your total number of trees multiplied by the cost of the crate, which is just $10 a crate. Then, to make it very simple, first period, 2 years, 2,000 to 4,000. The second phase, which is, let's say 3 years after, we are talking of multiplying it by 2. Then the one that is now stable, we are starting from 5 years. After 15 and receiving, right? From experience, this tree and the 4th generation, my father's grandfather planted this and we are still harvesting. So we are talking of a tree that lasts for up to 100 years fruiting. We have it. So with that in mind, I believe that in the long term, we won't have anything less than 10,000. I thank you.
Thank you for planting the money.
Thank you so much.
Money.
I have an advantage because I know the area. So looking at the range of commercial products, do you think we have to mention they have a winter period where the temperature is -5 degrees. It's frost. So it is pretty delicate for certain parts. So, but when you protect your plants, you can grow the banana, you can grow the papaya. Actually, you can get them, but you have to protect them. So the grass is very a key role. And the banana grass you have seen. Here you think we have tall grasses. The banana grass goes up to 6 meters. And it grows in the same speed as our native here. So huge potential for animals. Okay. So you don't need.
It grows more.
Yes. So you don't need 10 lines for one cow. You need 5. That's it. So you can produce much more. But what kind of fruits could you still imagine could increase your economical potentials? What are fruits that are growing in periods where you have frost?
I think however, just to add on what you have said so that it will be clear for the answering, for this specific one, for this village, the temperatures are better than the warm by far.
Wow, it is for
It's a different, it's a
beautiful.
Okay, good.
So,
but still, you see, in the cold climate, what are fruit trees that are commercially very interesting? We call it stone fruits. It's apricot, peach, apples. These fruit types, they are really good, and nuts. You remember, Brazil nut is one of the most interesting plants down there. So, what is really interesting here, we are talking about a voluntary system. The labor is voluntary work. So, can you imagine what that means for a community? You see, one of our main reasons why we are working there beside the people is actually it's a unique concept that a community is voluntarily working to feed those who are neglected in the society. This is really essential. And at the same time, we can train them by setting up. Well done to that level. I think you still have a lot of potential in animal husbandry. The same thing, because you have this amazing fog. One of the big problems in Zimbabwe were the diseases that have reduced the cattle by 50%, I think. But that means you have a huge potential when you can work with these classes, economically. What do you think is the reproduction here?
From one cutting, if you find like the one cutting from the banana we are talking of 7 to 10 multiplication from that one.
On one grass stem, huh? You remember we have something like multiplication of 100 from what we are calculating here. It will be double, minimum here. Can go up to 500 per bundle. So, how much money? Reproduction here is one of the key things. So, make sure that when you are calculating the economics, you will see it from the moment when the cattle farmers are detecting this, you will make money from that. And how much labor do you have for this? When you compare that with the fruits, how much labor do you need for that? You let it grow. You see, it's like you have two painters, one is painting and the other let it dry. Huh? So you don't need to work for this. There is no maintenance needed. When you have cows, you have the fertilization, but you can also plant your fertilizer plants together with it. So still think about densifying or multiplying more commercial crops. And animal husbandry, you really have to think very careful about goats and cows in the context of these grasses. That plays a key role. It was very challenging at the beginning to get the plant material, and still today plants like Claricidia is very difficult to get. But I like this project very much because it has a different approach socially. And I think it could be really a landmark when we can set up such kind of things.
Okay, because of time, obviously we can't say everything, but those blocks, as you can see that they're divided into 4. The other block is for vegetables and for the Tunisal. Tunisal is one of our main backbones for this project. Because the Tunisal also get a lot of income. Yeah, that's the other block, the 4th one. But maintaining the same tree lines in the same densified blocks.
Okay, thank you so much. Team, what was their name? No, there was a name they gave themselves. I think about the first time. Rosivizo. Rosivizo. What does Rosivizo mean? Yeah?
Rosivizo is the village that is entitled to make that.
Okay, Rosivizo. Go and give them the It is approved. It's a nice one. I have nothing to add on. Because my biggest worry was because of the frost, but the fact that you have moved from the lower areas, then this is okay. So as you go, make sure you go with the Garcia seeds. Remind me tomorrow. I'll give you some. Caliandra. I'm sure Caliandra will have some. Yes. Yes, I remember I gave you some. Mulberry, you need a lot because that's good. Because that will be the driving factor for your Zumbi. Productivity with the fruit trees is good. These are good figures. Really good figures. Maybe a tree I can think of which can substitute the neem would be Melia. Because Melia would really grow in their area. So you have to see if you're getting some seeds. Alright? This Mukochokocho is good. Yeah, I know it takes long to grow. That's a good one. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. In the protection of your line, putting this one outside. The mpangara will be eaten by the animals from your neighbors. So I would prefer, if you don't want them to eat it, put the pencil tree out and put mpangara inside. Because when you put it out, you are protecting nothing. They will eat everything. And you know how they love it. They eat everything with the seeds. So you have to maybe change it. Put the pencil tree out. Densify it is enough. Okay? Let's give them a round of applause. You have to go with this back to Zimbabwe.
And Tanzania.
And thank you so much, guys. This brings us to the end of our presentation. At exactly 5:43, 2 minutes just before time. All right, so let's give ourselves, each one of us, give yourself a deserving round of applause for yourself, which you think is worthy of you for this week. Okay, so I really want to thank you guys. We were just discussing with Okoro that in our years of training that we should hold in such workshops. You are proved to be above the rest. Oh. You see, it's always two-way or four ways. You had some challenges, I'm honest to say. I remember I told you, you are the worst at timekeeping. Yeah. I stress that you are the worst at timekeeping. But I loved one aspect from you, and that was the devotion, commitment you put in the design phases. We have never seen that anywhere. What does that prove? That when you are devoted and committed to something, you get good results. You give it your time, you give it your discussion, thorough thinking and proper planning. And look at the results. From yesterday's presentations and today's we are conference. And I'm sure with today's practical you had, now you are up in the clouds. I'm really sure and proud that the team going out from this second regenerative agro-forestry in Uganda at DLI is going to do wonders. So thank you so much for being such a wonderful. You might end up just hearing this as my final word because I don't usually speak after training. The rest of the speeches, conclusions are by the elders. So us as the young ones, we only just talk here. We will hear from the elders as they conclude, but that will be after. So, more speeches will come along. Right now we have two things. I'll just give you a brief program. Fiona, have you drafted it or I can use my one in my head? You see, she has given me just like that. Just use the program in your head. Really? Okay, I'm good at that. 5:45. Okay. 5:50. 5:50. We are going to have a group photo outside when we still have the light, right? Yes. Daytime, mob smiles. Then you will go and have a shower for you who want to shower 5 times a day. Others just stretch your legs. Then you will come back at 6:30. Right? All 7. I think 7. Come back at 7. So we'll have dinner, which will be here. Then we will have some speeches. Then we will have our certificates. We will have, what do you call that? A gathering where you're going to share your highlights of the week and what you're going to do when you go back. We need to hear from you. Then you have barbecue. Then you have barbecue, that's true. You will have some drinks. I mean water.
Not juice, eh?
Nobody is now water. So You'll have some water. You see what is water? Water has two meanings. There is one, water is H, O, right?
Yeah.
There is H and O. So there is water with H2O, and then there is water with OH.
Yes, that one.
Do you know the difference between the two?
Yes.
No, we don't, but we want the other one.
Your chemistry, you can't tell me you don't remember that. Alright, so all will be available, and then we will call it. Actually, some of you are allowed to stay here because there will be some music. You can do some dance moves, no problem. Until morning.
Yeah.
Then we'll call it a week.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. Just go outside now. We arrange ourselves, have a good photo, then you can discuss. And the power ladies, you remain here, but the PLI staff. Thank you so much.